Hello, welcome to DIY Craft Hub. Today I'm going to show you how to make these lovely, cute little macrame decorations on a cinnamon stick that you can use as decorations for your Christmas tree, or you can hang in a garland. I'm turning these ones into a garland, so I shall show you at the end what that looks like. So to make these, we're going to need some macrame cord, cinnamon stick that has a hole that goes all the way through, a macrame board or a cork board, or you could just tape it to the table if you don't have either of those, and some scissors. You're going to need 6 cords for this project, 4 at 60 centimetres and 2 at 1 metre. And we're going to fold each cord in half, loop it over and through, attaching it to our stick. So we have a 60 centimetre one, a metre long one, centimetres again, that's our first half. Then we're going to repeat that, so we have 60 centimetres, and a metre long one, and our 60 centimetres again. Okay, once you have them all on your stick, just adjust them so they're neatly positioned and pin it to your board or tape it to your table. Okay, so I've now pinned that to my board. I'm going to split these down the middle. We're going to take the middle cord and pull it across so it is diagonal. We're then going to take our next cord, I'm going to tie 2 simple knots and slide them up to the top. And do the same with the next one. And so each cord has 2 knots, keeping this one on the diagonal. So the knots are following the line of this one. 2 more. And the last one. So move those ones out the way. Time to do the same in the other direction, so make sure your cord is going diagonally across your other cords and just tie simple knots. I'm sorry, I don't know the technical names for these macrame knots. Continue along. I shall pause it. If you want to pause it now and continue along and catch up with me, I'll get to the end of the row. So this is where we're at. It's time to do the middle detail here. So we're going to take the 2 central cords, one from each side, and place them down the middle. Take one from each side. Now we're taking this one and we're going to go under and over that one, and this one goes up and through. Tighten that right to the top. Now we're going to do the same again but in the opposite direction, so that goes under and over that one, and this one goes over and through. Tighten that up. Okay, so now we're just taking this one that we used in the last knot, moving the others aside, and the next three. So this first one goes aside, the next three, so the two in the middle, you take the one on the left, under and over, the one on the right goes through, pull that tight, and now we can do that in the opposite direction, so that goes under and over, and this one goes through. Do the same on the opposite side, so we take this first cord that goes with the first knot we made, and then the next three with this one aside, left first, under, over, and then the right goes through. Always making sure to keep it nice and tight. And then the opposite way, so the right goes under and over, and the left goes through. So next we're going to do another one in the centre again, so we take just the middle four, your two central ones, left goes under and over, right goes through, and then the opposite way. Pull it nice and tight. Okay, so you've got your 4 centre pieces. So next we're going to do similar to this but back down that way, so we're taking the first one, we're pulling it diagonally across the work, and we're going to do a simple knot, 2 for each cord. And then the last one in the middle here. Like that. So we move all of those to the side. We're going to do the same on this side, but going in this direction. I shall continue along this line. If you want to pause it now and catch up with me, I'm going to continue until I get to the centre there. Okay, so I've made it to the centre. Now I'm going to take the one on the left and put it over the top of the one on the right. Just knot that as you did the others. That just closes there. So we're going to do that again down this side, because you can see there's 2 rows here, so I'm going to do that again. I've made it to the middle again. This time I'm going to keep this one as the lead cord. So we went that way last time, we're going this way this time. Just pull that nice and tight. The knotting part complete. Now we're going to brush out the ends of our cords and trim them. You will have a lot left on the longer ones. The reason I make those longer is because one of each side is used in every single knot, so if it suddenly gets shorter you can't complete these ones. So I would much rather have excess that you have to cut off than a piece that's too short to tie. So that's why I created those ones longer. So we're going to brush out our ends. I'm going to just trim them so they're all a similar length. And start unwinding these ends. So I've untwisted all my ends and I've given them a little brush. I normally use a comb, but I can't find it, so I'm using my hairbrush today. And I'm going to give that a little spritz with water, because as you can see it's still quite curly. And these ones have straightened out, so that's because I made them damp and gave them a bit of a brush. I'm going to do that now. So I've given them a little spray with water. I'm just going to let that dry before I trim it to size. So we'll give that a minute to dry. Okay, so it's not fully dry, but I'm totally impatient, so I'm going to trim this. So your 2 halves. Now I'm going to just eyeball this. I'm going to just pull that like that and follow this diagonal line. Do the same on the other side. Okay. There we are. And there you have cut it shorter than that one. I might trim that one actually. That looks quite long. I'm going to now string these together into a garland. So to string these into a garland, you're going to need a length of your cord. I'm actually going to make a few more of these. I've only got 4 made so far, so I'm going to take a longer cord than I need for 4. And I'm also going to use some beads. I think they'd look nice in between. Oops. So I'm going to start with a bead. Thread that through, and I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to tie a loop actually to keep that bead secure and to be able to hang that on so the bead won't come off. There we are. And then because I've chosen cinnamon sticks with a hole that goes all the way through, because some of them, if you look at them, they don't quite do that. I can thread this through. I think I'm going to have to put a little bit of tape on the end of here just to help me push it through, so I'm going to do that now. I've just added a little bit of sellotape on the end of there to help me thread it through. I'm going to try and poke that through. I think I might need something to push it from this side. Found a metal skewer in my kitchen, hopefully that will push it through. Yes, that's perfect. Thread that all the way through. And another bead. These just make such a lovely bohemian style Christmas decoration. I mean, you can hang them up all year round. These also look lovely for weddings, wouldn't they? So you don't have to hang these in a garland, but that's what I want them for. You can just tie a loop on and have them as tree decorations. They look lovely on the tree. But for me, they're going to be a garland this year. Oh yeah, I really like this. It's gonna look so pretty. Okay. So I'm going to thread my last few on and I shall show you how that looks. So it needs to be longer to fit on my fireplace, but this gives you an idea of how it would look. Isn't it lovely? I think it's really pretty. So I'm off to make some more now. Let me know if you guys make any, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe and follow for more, and I'll see you all again soon.